Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Simple Stories Saturday, a scrapbooking collab and YouTube pop hosted by Joanne Martell. And we will all be using simple stories for lots of inspiration. I have a simple vintage weathered garden. Yeah, that's what I have. And I have odds and ends of it. I bought it a couple of times. I loved it so much. And then, of course, they come out with other ones I absolutely love too. I see me lay that washi tape over to the side. I'm going to forget it and you will see it in the photos. I thought I turned the camera back on, but yeah, you will see it in the photos. I thought I'd add a little bit of this irregular grid on here, and this is a Crafter's Workshop stencil, and I'm using peacock feathers with distress ink. It's not an oxide, it's a distress ink. I don't even think I have it in oxide. But I'm trying to turn it so that I'll have different parts of the irregular grid on here. And at first I thought I'd just use the brush, thinking there would be enough to show up, but there wasn't. So I pulled out the paper pad. I pulled out the ink pad, not paper pad. And I'm adding some ink to the flowers. I am not adding an even amount on each one. I'm trying to make them all look just a little bit different. My photos, if you look back there in the background, this is Blue Spring in Missouri, and it definitely looks blue. And so I wanted to make the flowers a bit blue in the background so that it could bring some of that color out. The paper that I used to back the photos is the one that goes with this collection, and I did use that little die over there to the right to cut it out. And I don't know if y'all can tell it in the photos, but there's a lot of little dotted holes in between the film strip things, and I think it just looks cute and adds a lot of character to that film strip. I I had that piece cut out, fussy cut from one of the papers, and it was just way too big for where I wanted it. So I cut off as much as least as I could. That's it, to get it to fit in that little area right there. And I will be adding just a little bit more of it back in underneath that um, tree slice, and it says "Live for Today" on it. And I did put foam tape behind it so it'd stand up just a little bit there. And I am trimming other pieces and adding them too on there. Then I remember, yeah, of course, then I remember my chicken wire, and I had cut this out for another layout and had it left over. And so I thought I would go ahead and use it on this one. And I almost wished for one more cutout of it, but I thought, oh, I'm going to go ahead and use this up and save for the next time, for the next layout, what scraps I have to decide which ones I'm going to cut it out next time. Because it may not be the same color. It just depends on how many scraps I have. I did cut 4 of these film strips out, but I'm only using 2 on the layout, and I use one of each color, and I put the lighter one on the bottom, so maybe the darker one would show up better, but I will add some greenery there, so you'll only see it peeking through. I pulled this sticker out, and yes, I used a sticker. Sometimes I forget the stickers, but I pulled this one out, and it's just moments, and I thought it'd go really good with the phone word, title word together. So it's moments together. And this is my nephew and his, well, at the time, his girlfriend, but they're married now, and he's stationed in Germany, and they're living over there right now. So I haven't got any photos lately of them. So these photos were from last summer, and I'm cutting my little um, chicken wire apart and adding bits and pieces. And when I add the little bit to under the together, that's when I'll think I would like to have one more little piece to put a tiny bit more over on the right hand side of the word. But I'm going to just go for the one. Now, I ended up adding so much to this that, yeah, and I had more over there I could have added. Just a little bit, not a whole lot. That you can't even tell it's a heart by the time it's done. It works so much better with just one photo. I did cut them both down probably 4 times or five. I just cut a little bit, a little bit more, thinking, okay, I need a smaller, but I didn't print them out like 3x4, so they're bigger than that. But yeah, 3x4 I think would have worked better, or just one photo. But I couldn't make up my mind. I wanted them both. I am working on just a little cluster, and I'm going to put it up there on the top left. And I had it planned to go a little bit lower. However, since I moved my pictures over, probably a little bit too far, it didn't go down as far as I had planned. Maybe I should have moved my photos down lower to start with. But yeah, it's up there a little high so that you can't hardly tell it's a heart anymore. But at least I know it is. Um, Oh, I pull my butterflies out and I'm going to try to decide which one I want where. I know I want larger, smaller, and smaller. And I wanted to make sure I got them right and that they were in places where one went left, right, because butterflies go like in all directions. They don't go like birds do and all go in the same direction like they got a destination. They just up and fly and have fun. So I wanted them going in different directions. And I did add foam tape to both wings and glue in the center. Now, this is where I do the splattering. And then I noticed my washi tape over there after I get done. So I had to wait for it to dry. And when I came back, I forgot and just showed the layout instead of putting the stuff on it. But I'll remember it later. But unfortunately, later is after I am done recording. But there's my completed layout. And I had a lot of fun making it too. Yeah, always, as always. And let's see, there's Live for Today, which I thought was really cute. And then there's a sign that I really thought was adorable. And I put it on there. You can see it up there, but you'll get to see it better in a second. So while you're looking at that, I want to mention that down there below you'll find the links to everybody that is joining in on the hop today and see lots of inspiration from simple stories. But isn't that sign cute? I thought it was. And notice the today has no arrows. Um, this is a little cluster that I put on top. And don't the washi tape look good on there now that I finally remembered to use it? I cannot remember if I used it at any time or not, but like I said, I bought the collection twice, so I think I have 2 rolls. But I want to thank you all so very, very much for joining me today while I created my layout. I appreciate that very much. But have a happy, scrappy week. Have fun on the hop. Bye.